Well, today on Nation, the Window Cleaners podcast, we're talking about competition. Everything there is to know about how to go against them, how to uniquely make you special, how we can use competition to help us, but how some of you are using them in the wrong way. So if you're a window cleaner or heck, anybody in the service industry, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com and Zero Products. And you're here. If it's your first time here, have a look around. This show has been going on for 8 flipping years. Every week for 8 years. Have not, knock on wood, missed an episode or week yet. Go back. Lots and lots and lots of content. By the way, I was told, I think last week, that another person is in the ranks of listening to every single episode, which is insane. Insane. There's hundreds of hours. So anyway, go back, listen. Hopefully you get something out of it. I want to say a shout out to 3 random people that use me as their rep and let me put their orders in because they're awesome, first off, but because I think you should know them too. It's Calvin DeWitt, which, by the way, these are random. I might have even said what's up to him before because he buys from me all the time, every order. Anyway, what's up, man? Also, Devin Morissette, what's going on? Morissetti? Probably butchered that. But Brady Miller, what's up, man? By the way, let's start off also by, if you're listening to this, I get suggestions for shows weekly, literally. I would love for you to also give me a suggestion. If you ever have an idea or something you thought would be kind of cool for me to blab about, let me know. Put it in the Spotify comments on what you think the episode should be on. And I literally do all of these based off of what you guys want to hear. So let me know on that. Anyway, jumping into the show, I want to talk competition because anytime things are slow, and this is just between me and you. Just me and you. We're talking now. At WCR, we have a competition, a couple people that are in the same space as us. Not competition, we'll get into that, but people in the same space. And one of these companies, one of the retired people is just really on a mission to contact everybody about us and complain about a sale or complain about something. And it's kind of refreshing to know that the competition is so focused on us. That's very great. We could care less about them, but it's nice to know that they're going out of their way to try to affect us. It's not, but this is what kind of prompts things like this. When you see people who are focused on competition, not necessarily as how it can benefit you, but to try to bring them down. And I'll go into, you guys know I like my philosophy theory stuff. But there's 2 ways to basically put yourself at somebody's level, right? If they're way above you, there's 2 ways. There is raising yourself up to their level or bringing them down to your level. And you think in theory, both of those do the exact same thing when in turn they don't. Because as you're bringing somebody down and trying to destroy their pedestal so that they're at the same level you are, everybody sees that. You think they don't, but they do. And they understand that you're panicked, you're a little worried, which I get, totally get. But competition in general is really good to help you, but not in the way you think. So I want to start off by saying every single company that is anywhere in the United States, anywhere, has competition. A lot of people get into it and they're like, you know what? There's no window cleaners by me. Okay, cool. That's awesome if you don't see them all the time, but they're there. You just haven't noticed them yet. Because the cost of entry for window cleaning is very low, first off. You don't have to be like an uberly professional company if you're just like, I'm just doing this to make some money, right? So there's so many companies. I mean, of us, we have 124,000 customers. That's real, by the way. 124,000 something customers. Maybe 0.5% of them are homeowners. Most of them are customers. But We're talking municipalities. We're talking fly-by-nighters. We're talking about people that aren't in business anymore and people who are just getting into business, right? There's always this rotation, but there's a lot of people out there that do what we do. There will always be competition. The biggest thing you hear is when somebody goes out to do route and they go, hey, route isn't for me. Every time I go there, they already got a guy. Yes, of course they do. Every route store at all, if they've been around for any number of months, has a window cleaner. Either they clean them themselves and they're the window cleaner, or they have somebody to do that. The other option is they don't do it themselves and they don't clean their windows, and that doesn't get you in business. Nobody wants to go into a store that looks closed. I've said the store, the message about this butcher that I saw, and we were walking down in maybe Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, one of those in Tennessee. And I walked past this place, and they got this cool signs, something butcher. And as you guys know, I'm a meat eater myself. And I was like, oh, man, that's too bad that they're closed. It would be great to have. And I'm looking through the window, and there's a guy standing at the counter. I'm like, what the heck? I open the door, and they're like, hey, welcome in. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you guys were open. I literally thought this was like a place that had closed down like a year ago. It was that bad. So I don't know what they were doing, but that's why people clean their windows. Anyway, digress. But competition is always there. It's always there. And competition is always there in everything that you do. Everything. Everything anyone does has competition. That just means somebody else doing the same thing you are, and you're kind of chasing the same thing. Okay? Say you're dating somebody new. There are other people who would also like to date them. Obviously, right? Competition. Put yourself up. But here's the thing that people do is instead of trying to figure out how they can use the competition to help themselves, they do what we were talking about. They try to tear people down, talk crap about them, and do all that other stuff that is absolutely losing the effect and benefit of having competition. Competition is a great thing. And you're like, well, yeah, well, that's why, we have to charge $30 an hour. No. You're doing that absolutely wrong. You're doing it wrong. Anyway, okay. First off, the difference between following competition and understanding them is where most people go wrong. We hear this all the time where people are like, well, yeah, I put it out there, and then somebody's like, somebody is cheaper than you, so I have to drop my prices. Why would you do that? Well, because they're cheaper. I have to win. No one's going to pay more. Yeah, no one's going to pay more for the same thing. Understand you're selling different things. If you have a company out there that's doing window cleaning, you're doing window cleaning, and you just say, I will clean your 20 windows for, $200. And the other guy goes, I will clean your windows for $100. The customer, looks at that and goes, I'll choose the $100 person. And you, in your infinite glory and wisdom of business, maybe at some point has been like, well, I need to be at $90. Well, yeah, those are the only metrics, sure, right? We've done this whole weird experiment I've done before, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Most of you know because I've done it a bunch. But you have to pick one, and I'm going to sell it to you. You have to buy it. It's at $1, it's at $100, or it's at $1,000. Which would you pay? If that is the only information you don't know what I'm selling, you don't know anything, well, you buy the cheapest. Sometimes people don't buy the cheapest. They're like, I don't want to buy the cheapest, I'll buy the middle, but I'm not buying the $1,000 one. First off, you've already proved yourself wrong because you're competing against somebody only based on price, and people don't always go for the cheapest. You know that. And if I'm selling you things, you've already picked a number, $1, $100, or $1,000, based off of what you think you're getting. But the reality is, if I said to you, I'm going to give you a brand new, off the lot Lamborghini, it's going to be free. Or let me rephrase that. No taxes. I'm not going to charge that. And I'm going to pay all your insurance on this Lamborghini as long as you own it. But you have to buy it for $1, $100, or $1,000. What would you do? It's still in your head. You're like, well, I mean, if I could buy it for the... Okay, but now there's competition. There's one of these. Which would you buy? Well, I give the most because I want... We've proven it already to ourselves. So all of you who are going out there and going, well, they're cheapest, it's the only thing. You're absolutely wrong. We don't sell something that is the cheapest. If you look at a Walmart versus a boutique, okay, Whole Foods versus Walmart. You go, they sell the same thing, and Walmart sells it way cheaper. That's why Walmart's so big. Yeah, guess what? Whole Foods is also very big. Do you not noticed? Why do you buy Whole Foods over Walmart even though they're the exact same thing? Well, you walk into a Whole Foods, is a different experience. People like that. I hate Walmart. Hate it. You walk into Walmart, there's stuff on the floor. It looks awful. There's like random people like walking around that are like look like they could work there but don't care. Like it's awful. The experience of Walmart is awful. To the point, it's cliche awful, right? The competition is there. Anybody who sells a grocery item or anybody who sells a thing still gets it. Well, I'll buy on Amazon because then I don't have to go to the store. Perfect. You just explained that. You're not price shopping. Oh, kind of be in the same ballpark. But competition gives us a ton of great information. And the difference is that people always want to follow competition instead of understanding them. That is the number one error that you can do with competition. Everybody wants to see a competition. They go, well, they're doing this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to be cheaper. We're going to do this. They're doing this. We're doing this. Okay, why are you trying to be them if you're trying to beat them? Why are you not looking there and go, well, they do that, but we're going to do this because that makes us better? The biggest problem is you see somebody and you go, well, I'm going to do that. You want to impersonate them. And that just kind of comes with a lot of things, right? It's the reason people wear fashion the way they do, or something becomes popular or whatever. Because it's emulation. They're trying to be that person. They're trying to be cool like that person. They're trying to, and you look at the companies, even the big companies that are in your area, and people try to be them. They don't try to be better than them, and that's the biggest error. I mean, how many times have you seen somebody like, oh man, with their service, they're giving free gutter cleaning with a window cleaning. We have to do that. Why would you do that? They're already doing that. Like, we're trying to be better than them. We're trying to go, okay, that's them. This is us. This is why you choose us. If you're the exact same person, then how are they choosing? Right? If you walk up to somebody, again, it's a dumb analogy, I get it. Go, hey, I'll clean your windows for $100. We are fully insured. We are fully trained. And we would love to help. The other company goes, hey, we'll do your windows for $100. We are fully insured. We are fully trained. We'd love to help. How do you pick one of those? You have to, in picking between two things, you have to find the differences to choose. Well, man, everything's the same except this guy, he's got tattoos. I like that better. Like, if you're the exact same, they have to fall down onto something that makes you different. So why not accentuate what makes you different? If you have two cars you're looking at, they're both the exact same model, exact same color, exact same mileage, exact same finance deals, exact same price from two different dealers, how do you choose? Maybe one's closer to your house. Maybe one salesperson is nicer, not pressure, and I felt better. Like, think of the things. It always has to be something different. Otherwise, you can't choose. Well, give them the things that make you different, not the same. Because I don't want to be the same. If somebody goes, I'll clean your windows for $100. I'm fully insured. I am fully trained. And I would love to help. Okay. I'd love to clean your windows for $100. We are fully insured and fully trained, but we also have a 100% guarantee, meaning you don't pay a dime if you're not happy. And on top of that, we are the only company in our area that has a 7-day rain guarantee. And if the rain dirties your windows within 7 days of cleaning it, guess what? Give us a shout. We'll come back and make them look beautiful. We also are badged employees. So not only do we go through training, but you will see a picture of them on their badge so you know not only their name, who they are, and that they absolutely work for us. We want you to be able to trust us to go into your home. We show up in wrapped vehicles with the most state-of-the-art equipment that is possibly out there. Okay, all of those things might be true on the other person, but guess what? He didn't say it. So who are you going to choose? Yeah, that person. He offers me so much more. I have so much more confidence or, just a gut feeling in what I'm getting. I know I'm getting more for this. It's value, not price. There are people out there who just go for price. And everybody's like, yeah, well, I hate a person who's... Yeah, there are people, but you're talking about the 1% versus the 99 that care more about value, experience. What does it make you feel? How are you? Are you personable? Like, if I pick up the phone and some guy's like, oh, yeah, we can do it. I'm like, I do not want these guys coming to my place. I'll call somebody else. Down to that. There's some of you out there also who I know and talk to, and it's like, your confidence is zero. Talking to you is like pulling teeth. You do not communicate well with people, and that's okay. You have to put somebody in front of people that they get a warm, fuzzy feeling, and it's so much better, right? It could go down to that. So follow competition. It's just duplicating them, makes the decision harder, and you're just racing to the bottom because you don't know what you're looking at. But if you understand them, you can counter them, right? You can look at people and go, well, this company is like, we send one tech to your... Awesome. Well, every home we do, we actually send 2 techs to your house, make sure, not only for safety, but for checking and streaks and... I want to let them know what they get with us. And I'm telling you, every one of you that are listening right now, by the way, if you're on Spotify, say hi. But if you're here, you're listening, you have a company, you are the best in your area. You know that. If you're not, why are you not? Be the best. Well, this company's way bigger. I didn't say bigger. I said best. If you're not confident that you're the best, you have to fix that yourself, right? But understanding the competition allows you to separate yourself from the competition, which is incredibly important. Speaking of, very cheesy segue. I would like to separate myself from another window cleaning supplier that's out there. Maybe you've tried other people. I'd love for you to try us. And I'd love, more importantly, you to buy from me. Don't buy from any of the other reps. I mean, I am so much more awesome. You get to have me in your back pocket. I have years, decades of experience, and I want to be a rep. So call me or text me, 862-312-2026. I do the shameless plug every week, and I have for 8 years, and it wears people down eventually, which is awesome. But really, it costs you nothing extra to put an order in from me. It really just genuinely shows that you kind of appreciate the content or you just want to help me out. And it does not fall on a black heart. I understand that it takes the effort for you to text me instead of hitting, go. And I absolutely appreciate it. So if you'd like me to be your rep and be happy and, continue to live my lavish lifestyle of hair gel and brand name Band-Aids, 862-312-2026 is my cell. Also, this is a big push for the American Window Cleaner magazine. I know there are most of you that are not members or subscribed to this magazine. It is a real paper magazine. There are articles. You get stickers, window cleaning stickers, to show, and which, by the way, this is a great story. Somebody had these stickers, their window cleaning stickers, on their buckets, and the customer bought them or used them because he looked at it and went, you take your job seriously, down to the fact that you have window cleaning stickers, right? You want to take your job seriously, really get yourself a subscription to the AWC magazine. It's awcmag.com. It is the American Window Cleaner magazine. I would like 100 new subscribers from this one episode. So if you're not, go do that. What are you doing? Be a nerd. and your spouse will be like, what? You get a magazine for window cleaning? It's that great. It is a ton of articles and lessons, and you're just going to learn so much and just being more involved. So go there, get that. Also, I don't know why I keep talking about it, but I do have a link for 20% off Jobber down below. It's CRM season. It's always CRM season. So if you don't have one yet, at least do the demo. It's a free demo. They'll walk you through it and see if you like it. Anyway, Jobber. So separation itself is how you differentiate from the competition. Now, we talked about being unique. That is the separation. But when somebody's like, oh, yeah, we do that. Oh, we do that. Oh, wait, so you're just as good as them. It comes back down to price. Price matters when value doesn't. Separate yourself from them. What do they do? What do you do? What do they do? And then how do you do something better? You know you're better. It's putting it out there. We always talk about USP also, unique selling proposition or point or whatever. And people go, oh, well, it's because I'm the nicest one. Like, no. That's not, you took all of 1/7 of a second to figure that out. That's not, this takes you days to put together of like really, really looking at it. And it shows you, okay, well, how do we become more unique? If you're just like, our guys are really nice. Like I heard that the other guy wasn't very nice. Do you think nobody thought the other guy was nice? That's not unique, right? Why you? This is the unique selling point. Unique is literally a word that has a meaning. And when you guys are like, well, we're fully insured, that's not unique. Every window cleaning company, well, most, are fully insured. That is not unique. That's like saying, well, I'm pretty unique. I have hair. I have 2 ears. You'd be like, what? Very rare to not have 2 ears. What are you talking about? It's not unique. Unique is what makes you, you. Now, when you look at it and you go, well, I know the other company's fully insured and they're this and this, but are you the one putting it all together in the string of all the things you have? Does that what make you unique because you have all of those things? There are things that make you unique, and that's why people choose you. There are convenience and there's whatever, and there's uniqueness is the separation. That's the piece that people always kind of miss in competition is they look and they go, well, we got to do that. That's what they're doing. No. Be unique. Look at that and go, instead of that's what they're doing, we need to do that. That's what they're doing, we need to do something better. Too many people look at it as one thing. They go, well, that's what they're charging, we need to be cheaper. You've missed. You've missed the idea, and now everybody's racing to the bottom, and then you go, well, we can't sustain this, and they're going to quit because they can't. There's no money in window. No, you did it wrong. That's why there's no money in it. You know, good companies are making $100 a man hour no matter how many people they have. That's a normal low-end average, right? So we want to be unique. Why you? Why would they want to charge, or why would they want to pay you instead of the other company? You both clean windows. That's fair that every window cleaner out there cleans windows. Some of you are like, well, yeah, I clean them way better. Nobody cares. If the window's not dirty, then it's clean. You're focused on the wrong thing. And it's very common that people do, but you're focused on the wrong thing. What makes you unique to the competition? The only way you know that is to know what the competition does. This is when I say, instead of emulate, instead of duplicate, it is understanding the competition. Understanding what they do that you do not do, you do something better. Then you get into, well, that all those reasons, the reasons you're better than the competition, that's your value. You're paying for that. I mean, every one of us has had that thing where it's like, well, yeah, no, you know, my cousin's nephew, third removed, does it for like $12. I mean, kid's just, you know, he's got problems, but we help him out. That's their reason. Sometimes they can't compete against that. Okay, that's why they have them. But that person's also not everybody's, right? That's why we have to understand the competition. Not so we duplicate or emulate or be them. We want to be better than them. And there's a great picture, Michael Phelps. And they're swimming, and it's taken, and the second place guy is he's swimming, and he's staring at him really hard, and Michael Phelps is just staring straight. If you don't remember him, he's a swimmer who was phenomenal and won everything he did. And the caption there is that when you're in first place, you don't watch everybody else. You look ahead. Everybody behind you is just staring at you. It's a good place to be when you're being emulated. But then what happens is some people go, well, it's so hard to get customers now because they're just copying us. Okay, be better. If it's unique, they can't copy you. Right? You have to be able to tell the customer that and how and why and what they should choose. That's on you. You can do that. Very, very simple. But again, it all comes back to a piece that you have to do. You have to see it in order to change it. And too many people focus on this copy thing, and this is just this like, I mean, we've all seen people in business. Business is not for everybody, I get it, but you also cannot be stubborn in business. If you're stubborn and you're like, I know it, I'm doing this, well, then you fail because you don't. And things have to change. I mean, so you guys have heard of pro window cleaning. One of the moderators, obviously, it's our Facebook group. There's tens and tens of thousands of window cleaners in there, and every day, every 2 days, probably at least, somebody says something that is so ridiculous. You're like, did you even do any research in this thing? You're just completely wrong. They will die on that hill as everybody attacks them for what they think when it's absolutely not right. Now, could everybody be wrong and then be right? Yeah, absolutely. But if you're stubborn in business, you're not open to being any better than you are right now, you will fail. And that comes down to this. It comes down to, who are you competing against? Who are you? If you're putting it against somebody else, who are you according or against them or compared to them? Competition is absolutely incredibly valuable when you learn what they're doing. Don't be them, be better than them. That makes sense, right? I always beat these kind of things in to the ground. By the way, if you're listening to, please do tell me what you want to hear more about. Spotify comments or text me or whatever. But when somebody talks about these competition things, and this particular one it was a guy was asking, what should he do about his competition? Man, every day I feel like there's more window cleaning companies. There's not. The market has changed by about less than 2% over the past 10 years. It's the same amount, but people come in and people go out. The thing is that people are more educated now. Because of social media, because of YouTube, and because of all these things, people learn more about business. They come in louder. Back in the day when I started, guys had maybe a magnet sign, maybe nothing, just a white van. They'd show up. You're like, what window cleaner are you using? They'd be like, John's Window Cleaning. You'd be like, oh, who's that? And they're like, it's John. Like, oh, okay. Now you see these companies and they got these cartoon graphic full wrap. And they're like, all these new companies. No, they're all there. They're just more educated. The newer generation is coming into business knowing a lot more if they decide to know a lot more. It does not mean that they're going to succeed. The thing about running a business is it is absolutely about running a business. It's not about what you do. We clean windows. We could be picking up dog poop. We could be painting houses. Business is the part that succeeds. 90% of businesses fail, not because nobody has windows. If you think the market's saturated or whatever you want to say, every house you have ever been in, every business you've ever been in, unless you're in a casino, and even them, they have windows in the very front, has windows. Every dwelling has windows. Not everybody's your customer, but the market is there. There is not enough window cleaners anywhere to clean all of the glass that's there. It is not about that. It is not about saturation. It's about what you're focused on. You focus on all these other crappy companies. Well, there's 10 other companies. Yet you focused on them. You didn't focus on you. Again, look at the competition. Focus on you. Last dumb analogy I'm going to leave you with. When you look out your windshield is this big. The rearview mirror is this big. Don't lose sight of them, the competition behind you, but don't focus on them. The focus is in front of you and what makes you, you. It's the biggest thing. Don't emulate, be you. Anyway, put it on a t-shirt. It's corny words, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yes, I am a rep, like I said, for windowcleaner.com. Please let me put your orders in. It's a virtual high five of awesomeness. Let me know how I can. Even click just save this cart instead of checkout and then text me. 862-312-2026. I want to give you a shout out because you're going to be one of the cool kids. You get a limited edition sticker because stickers are cool. Also, if you do have any other suggestions, let me know. Ideas for that, of course. But go and get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner magazine. Just do it. I don't know why, so many of you have not done that yet. I would love to know. People are like, well, I just don't like me. I know, but surround yourself in everything. Understand that even if your brain looks at it and goes, okay, maybe I knew some of that in an article. You've just been surrounding yourself in window cleaning. It focuses your brain, focuses everything. So go and do that. Also, Jobber, 20% off, do a free demo. You know the drill. I have to talk about it because I really, really, really like Jobber. And for 7 of the 8 years, people have asked me, what CRM do you like? I did not like any of them, and now I do. So comment, or not comment, in the links is there. If you need the link, send it to me. Get 20% off, because, whatever. Anyway, more importantly, until next week, make sure not to lose sight of your competition. But more importantly than that, go out there and be epic.